Hmm. Sorry, I had to put a piece of candy in my mouth before I started. Wholeness, good day to you all. Today is 7-2. I understand that. Tomorrow 7-3 and all this other stuff. But on 7-5, we will have the new moon. Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, it's Friday. So on Friday evening, there's a new moon, which I always tell you new moons are points of zero influence. It's basically the moon turns her back to you, and whereas we always say that the moon controls the waters on this planet, at that moment, ain't nothing making you emotional except for the stuff that you've already given your energy to. Wholeness to you all. So on Friday, when we hit this new moon that astrologically is associated with the sign of Cancer, my words to you is make sure you ain't your own sickness. A lot of cases, cancer is a inside job. There are some external cancers, but most cancers exist within the vessel. So if this new moon on Friday is in Cancer and it's showing you some sickness, quit trying to point that shit on everybody else. Quit trying to point that shit on the signs of the time or what's going on out here. Those are the correlating factors, but not the causes. Resonance only, motherfuckers. Resonance only. So this new moon in Cancer is going to pretty much show you where you are your own sickness, even if you don't want to make it to that point of admission, or I should say that point of accountability and responsibility. So a few moments I posted my Heels numerology write-up for 7-5. Heels numerology for the new moon. 7-5-2024. I am moved into manifestation. That is no different than chess or checkers, where you're already on the game board, but somebody else is controlling the moves. My dear children, that's called manipulation. If you play chess and you're the queen, the piece, the person whose hand is strong enough to move the queen is in control of the game, not the queen herself. She's just a tool. So if you don't understand what manipulation is, and in this realm, we basically exist on a chessboard where things are guiding us or orchestrating us or demanding that we make certain moves. If you don't know how to play chess, there's a lot of sacrifice in chess, especially if you're a pawn. Shit, knights and rooks too. Hell, even the queen gets sacrificed. So you understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand that if this is a game, whether you're playing chess or checkers and all this other shit, if you on a board, you still ain't in control. So we'll start there. 7-5-2024. I am moved into manifestation. This month, 7, where you hear me keep saying July, this month of July has to deal with your 7. 7 is self-awareness. When you are dealing with self-awareness, the first 2 words out of your mouth should be I am. If I'm aware of who I am, then I am is all there is. Anything else to come after that I am, like y'all like to say all the time, the next word to come after I am is going to be the most powerful manifestation. Nope, sorry. That I that has acknowledged itself as am is where it's all at. So July 7, all day, every day is going to start out with I am. The number 5 in my number system has to deal with manifestations, basically movement in general. Manifestation, manipulation, amplification, stillness, anything that takes energy. So let's just say I am moved. 2024 is a year of manifestation. So I am moved into manifestation. Think about what I just said about the chessboard. You can be moved into manifesting, and we have been for the beginning of time. You can be tricked. You can be false flagged into manifesting something based off of somebody else's agenda. That's how you end up in world wars. That's how you end up in pandemics. That's how you end up in movements, not orchestrated by you, but given to you. But because it's given to you and it make you feel good about having something, you'll know how to keep still. So 7-5-2024. I have been moved into manifesting. What are we manifesting? What are we manifesting? You're manifesting an experience that has only given the thought The right to think. For years, I told you, y'all have no fucking real clue about that number 33, the Kundalini, the mastery, the path of ascension. What the fuck are you ascending to? If I am already me, what am I becoming? Loaded question. You becoming a fucking genie, because you are now going to be bound to these thoughts that keep tricking you into making gains. But how do you make gains? By moving. Exactly. You're making gains by making moves. But how am I making moves? I'm using my energy. Work with me now. I'm going to make gains by using my energy to get more. But what did I lose? My energy. So did I get more, or did I just become something else? What's 3 plus 3? 6. What have I been telling y'all to watch out for? 6. What is 6? Your fucking traumatic foundation. If I am moved into manifesting, that in itself is a trauma. The act of energy and expellation is a fucking trauma. Look up churn. Look up the atomic process. Look up birth for my mothers in here. When you move and you allow something to come through your dimensional door, don't that shit hurt? And even for those y'all say, well, I had a painless pregnancy and all this other shit, didn't that shit hurt? Didn't it change your fucking existence? To birth a dark path means you just gave up your light. You might want to stay in and listen to this reading, because that's what's about to come up. It's a perspective. But if I give birth to something that is dark, it already stole my light, which means I already sacrificed my wholeness. Why? Because something convinced me to move. Something convinced me that I need to do something different. That means you already bound to some shit. You already bound. You're already bound, and now you need to repent because you've been taught that you ain't enough, so you give your energy to a master who only keeps you enslaved. Repent. 7/5/2024. I am moved into manifesting, and I'll keep spitting all kind of crazy shit because I don't feel it's crazy, because it makes me feel sane. 12/44. The ritual is learning how to manifest, but if you've been guided, are you really manifesting, or have you just been manipulated? I'll let your life tell your tale on that one. If all I know how to do is follow what somebody else told me to do, did I do it for myself, or did somebody tell me what to do? What deity helps the floating atom mass for the manipulated? Who said it had to be a fucking deity? It's all you. It's all you. Deity is a concept. Deity is a concept of placing energy into a structure or vessel that you now purport to be of such a grand cosmic level that you can worship it, or that you can be granted boons by it, when you want to do that shit for yourself. That's a ritual. 12/44. The ritual is learning how to manifest, but if you're being guided, are you manifesting or are you being manipulated, and would you know the difference? Nope, because knowledge got you fucked up. So, because knowledge got you fucked up and you in a ritual, you can't think for yourself. The inability to be able to think for yourself means you're going to be bound to which them thoughts already keep telling you to see. Jesus can't even go to Jesus. Get the fuck out of here. 12:44. 12:44. That ritual is learning how to manifest that which was never there. Holy shit. But you can star in that shit. You can star in that shit that keeps you separated, because now you want to go to somebody who ain't even coming to you. But you probably get nutted on. 17, the star card. You can star in plenty of shit in this fucking realm. You can star in plenty of shit in this realm. And all of them will still leave you in separation. Why? Because your dumb ass ain't smart enough to put yourself back together in wholeness. Wow. But it's a ritual and it's a choice. That dumb shit y'all call free will in this realm, that's where it comes from. The ritual is giving yourself the ideology that you can make a choice based off of the options given in front of you, and one of them gonna work out for you. The whole problem is if somebody had to give me something to make me see who I am, I've already lost my identity. What's up, Sabo? If I have to go to somebody else to figure out who I am, I'm already lost. 99.2. Now, before we go there, 1244, you have to understand that in this realm, where the whole ritual is teaching you how to manifest through use of your energy, that's an agenda. That's an agenda. When something needs to take you to somebody else because you can't do it for yourself, you're already a slave. You're already a slave. And if you like being a slave and a servant, go serve your master. But one of the things that has been detrimental to history is when the slave that likes being a slave is unhappy because other people don't want that same condition. Do your history of, like, say, 1822. Probably a little bit earlier than that, but let's just go down here in the South of 1822. That shit became prominent. When people got tired of their conditions and wanted change, some of the people that had the same conditions stopped them from making change because they were scared that the conditions would get worse. So you had slaves telling on slaves to the master because the other slaves didn't want to be free, because they were still waiting on the master to love them or show up, or both. But it's a ritual. You can hang yourself up on some bullshit and never die and have eternal life. Fuck out of here. 992. The end game is getting you to reflect, aka steal your light, by making you hate the ideal of being still. Basically everything I just said. When you have an option to do something different that might show you what really is going on, your sexual attraction, your mental fucked up foolishness of being courted to something that ain't never shown you nothing different, mean that you will fight to hold on to that which ain't never shown you nothing different, because you've already invested in it, that you no longer have any sense of value for doing something different that might actually set your ass free. So you'll wait in a pool of shit because you learned to love the taste. The end game of taking your energy and making you provide the energy to create something to save you means you already damned yourself. If you have to create a savior to save you and yet your ass is still here, did you create something or did you just destroy? Perspective. So the end game is just getting you to reflect on something else. In order to reflect, there has to be a loss of light. Holy shit. Psh, atomic charged particles again. You just created a deity. That just lost you too. So the end game is to get you to invest in something else other than yourself. Why? Because if you invest in you, then you become the source of these thoughts. But if you just keep on investing in these thoughts that keep on replicating, oops, got your nose. You forever attached. You are a genie. You are the most powerful thing and the weakest all at the same time. Why? Because you can't get free. Why? Because you can't quit creating plentifulness. You can't quit creating that which is destroying you. So damn, the end game is self-destruction until you learn self. Not self-preservation, not self-awareness, just self. So until you learn what self really is, you're only going to be aware of what self does not want to be. What doesn't self want to be? Self doesn't want to be the teacher. It just wants a master. Oh, gentle teacher, save me. Oh, good and kind teacher, let me kiss your feet. Let me wash your feet with my tears. because I'm a piece of shit and not enough to stand up on my own. So I need somebody else to do it for me. You don't want to be the teacher. 5, you don't want to make no moves. So you stay under manipulation. You don't want to manifest your own destiny. You want something else to give it to you. Oops. 5, the Hierophant. But if the Hierophant by tarot is the motherfucker that already know, apostolic figure, like let's just say the Vatican, they already know everything by proportion. They already have all the secrets. We just ain't gonna tell you what we don't want you to know. But yet I'm gonna go to you who already told me you're not gonna tell me what I need to know because you don't think I need to know it. Because if I know it, then I might not need to know you. So there's somebody who can save you but won't do it. There's somebody or something that can set you free but won't do it. Common sense already left the fucking building. Common sense already left the building, but the manipulated shit that you keep being manifested under will teach you how to be a willing fucking slave. The end game is getting you to be a willing fucking slave because you don't know who the fuck you are. You just keep identifying with what you got beaten into becoming. Next line, 77-6. Delusional motherfuckers with traumas. Traumas, that's all it is. 77, the master spiritualist. Delusional people. 6, the field of traumas. Infinity. Choices. You have infinite choices in here. Here is an unlimited buffet. You want to know why? Because you the genie. You can think anything and become it without even moving. Don't believe me? Go to sleep. Go to sleep and tell yourself. Set an intention for what you want to see in your dream. If you are ahead of your traumas, so to speak, you'll be able to do it. That's a conjurer's realm. You can go to sleep and say, hey, tonight I want to be in, I want to be in Mali and I want 12 wives or whatever. You can produce enough of those thoughts to create that scenario in your dream state. But if you inundated and heavy and weighed down and Lord save me, you ain't gonna do nothing but create more cycles of that energy that already got you beat down so that you can stay in that fucking field of quote unquote reality. It's not real. So a delusional motherfucker with traumas is only going to keep on supporting the traumas because it thinks the traumas is what's supporting it. As I was saying, the thoughts already won in that case. The thoughts will keep on telling you to make gains, which means the thoughts gains your plentifulness. Now the thoughts become your teacher. If you was here yesterday, I told you that this is no different than a parent taking all directions from a child. This is a parent taking all directions from a child. Now, let's be fair. If that child already has an education, then sometimes that's the case, but then shame on them parents for not learning too. You get it? But if, 6-month-old baby, and now you're going to go to the baby, what should we cook for dinner today? Gaga goo goo, you right. You got a whole family full of fucked up motherfuckers. Oops. So, 77-6, a bunch of delusional motherfuckers with traumas. Just look all the way around you. Look around you. You see that shit and everything. But start looking within. Start looking within and start asking yourself, God damn, that shit I just let come out my mouth, does that even make sense to me? And then when you trick yourself and saying, yeah, it does make sense to me, start asking yourself, God damn, just how traumatized am I that it makes sense to me? How stupid am I to believe my own lies that have been lied to me that I keep fucking going to sleep in? But I digress. It's your motherfucking choice, delusional motherfuckers. You keep on communicating with that goddamn thought. You'll find your reflection in that thought. Hello, Oshun. You'll look in the mirror and you'll learn to love that thought that you're thinking. Why? Because that thought already got your energy. Because you didn't want it. You just wanted to be a slave. You just wanted to serve a better master, but not be free. Ouch. Next line, 38. 38 special. That shit'll blow a hole in you. In my number system, 37 is the creatrix. It is the thought that takes you into who I am. Remember, I'm telling you, 7, this whole month of July, the first words out of your mouth should be I am. So if the thought is telling me who I am, I'm already in trouble. I've already created a trick. I've already given birth. Holy shit, Genie. I've already given birth to everything that I can learn from, because I don't want to be the teacher, and now communicating with my own separation. Take your time with that one. That is called cosmic fucking psychosis. That is called divine amnesia, when you knock your own self out and you become subjected to everything you fucking created. That is a goddamn multiple personality disorder on a collective consciousness scale. So 38, a dangerous weapon. If 37 is where you created the trick, going to 38 means you a fool. You understand that? If you open a door and somebody tell you, if you step in here, I'm going to shoot you. Everything you need to know has already been fucking revealed. But now you decide to go in that house because your ignorance and your ego makes you move, you get what you get. You get what you get. If you go one step beyond the recognition of the trick, you become the trick itself. At this point, I'd like to take you back to tarot. What is the 0 card? The 0 card is the fool. Why is it the fool? Because that motherfucker had everything. 0 had everything. 0 had all the choices, all the options, all the energy. But when it moved to step 1, it only became potential. Which one is greater? Wholeness or potential? Pause on purpose. Now go vote. 38, a dangerous weapon. The thought in a struggling mind that makes you do crazy shit. So, if the thought in your mind that you keep on struggling with will make you do crazy shit, like I said, if 37 is creation, 38 is destruction. You've already moved 1 point past creation, which means you've already entered into the field of destruction. Here's the field of destruction. Holy shit, you are now hidden from self. Judgment. You are now what you reflected, and you're no longer yourself. 2 is reflection, the connection point. 0 is that fool I was talking about. You now connected to where you fooled yourself. But here's the trick in this realm. You gave your energy into something, and now you have to deal with it because you already helped create it. It's not just that simple to say, you know what, I created this, so I'm just going to take my energy back. Sorry. You've already authorized it. So now you got to go through it until you learn to stop hiding from yourself and creating more shit to go through. I'm not my traumas. You're not. But if you keep using the traumas to tell yourself that you're not the traumas, guess what the fuck you're going to keep on creating? More traumas to go through to verify that you're not the traumas that you're not going to go through by going through the ones that are safe for you to go through to make sure that you ain't going through none at all. Holy sheep shit, that's a lot of motherfucking movement. What did the thought want? What did the thoughts want? Gains. We just want you to move. Because in your motion, in you giving your energy as source into a thought, source is the thinker. In me being the thinker, and I give my energy into my thoughts, they now have the rights to creation, which means they can create the plentifulness by separating me into lessons for me to learn. Only I'm learning what I created to destroy me, which means they're going to teach me the foolishness of my ways. But if I don't understand that all I had to do was stop feeding these thoughts, the thoughts are going to be the only thing I keep on communicating with, because I think the thoughts are me. But I've already been hidden into what I judged necessary to be created. That's the walkthrough. So if you keep on creating, you get into a relationship. Hey, here's my parameters. Look, I just want somebody who's going to listen to me, talk to me, fuck the shit out of me, and don't run your mouth all fucking day. Okay, I can do 2 out of them 3 things. Okay, skirt, game over. See, it was already known. Whoever this person you're talking with already told you that they cannot give you that what you need. But you got enough. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You just sabotage yourself because holy shit, what you tried to create was already going to be known to destroy you because it was not sufficient. But you did it anyway. You did it anyway. You hid from clear communication where it told you you're not going to get reciprocity. Thoughts create emotions. Thoughts get the energy, and then the energy makes you move. Emotions are just energy in motion. That's all the emotion is. I'm being moved. But where are you being moved from? The energy. Where's the energy at in what I'm thinking? Where'd the thought come from? Huh? That part loses everybody. Where'd the thought come from? See, so-and-so said, no, shut up. That thought came from you. And if that thought didn't come from you because it's somebody else's bullshit, shame on you. If somebody else's thoughts enter into your head and they're not conducive for what's going to show you reciprocity, and you allow the motherfucker space, holy shit, that thought just became a virus. It just became a virus because it's going to replicate because it found a safe space in you, and holy shit, autoimmune disease. You now become inundated with thoughts that won't let you keep still, and so now all them thoughts are going to teach you who to communicate with. Who you communicating with is hiding you, though. Now you don't know where you're from or who you are. You just know what you got beaten into, and you're going to love it all the way through. Get the fuck out of here. Delusional motherfuckers. 38, you your own weapon. A dangerous mind. One step beyond creation lies destruction. What's the destruction? When you no longer know who you are because you have been hidden through your choices. There's two enemies in front of you. But there's one in you. Oops. There's two enemies in front of you, but there's one in you. Which one should you tackle first? Next line, 11. The illusion of separation. The illusion of separation is that there's two me's. There's me that I am and me that I can become. Holy shit. That's already a psychosis. And I said to myself, self, and self said, huh? Motherfucker, you already got a problem. I'm sorry. If you talk to yourself and somebody answers, it's just spirit. No, that's yourself in separation. That is yourself in separation in this realm to where you have already given power to your thoughts that have bound you to the experience, and you are only trying to find the better experiences to teach you how to better communicate with yourself so that you stop hiding from you. We could do this all fucking day long. What's going on, Benny? Game recognized game. So, 11. You keep justifying why you are in control while being controlled. That shit sound like a Jedi mind trick. What was that? Friday with Smokey. I got powers over Debo. I be talking, and when he tell me shut up, I shut up. But when he leave, I get back to talking. Or however the fuck he said it. Your thoughts are Debo. Your thoughts are Debo in this realm because you fed so much energy into them by telling them that they are your Lord and Savior and Master and greater than you, that you fear them because you have not learned to love you enough to stop fearing the ability to destroy yourself. Oh, I'm sorry. I just lost so many of you. You have to stop fearing your thoughts, and you have to get out of fearing that part of you that loves to destroy itself. By learning to love yourself, here's the dirty word, unconditionally. Unconditionally means there is no value. You get it? Not I love you enough to kill you. That's unconditional. I'm sorry. That's a condition. I love you more than life itself. I'm sorry. That's a condition. Little man, kingpin, my world. I'm sorry. That's a fucking condition. I can't do this without you no more. I'm sorry, that's a fucking condition. I'm sorry, that's loads of vast energy, LOVE. That's love in this realm. Why? Because you are already operating out of psychosis of separation, and you're just trying to find the best version of you in separation to hold you together, when everything in separation was what was fucking pulling you apart. Your Honor said I can't strike that from the records. You motherfuckers need to know. So because you keep on justifying this bullshit that you got taught in these glamorous concepts of all in one and all this other bullshit, one becomes the many. We all did. And to be fair, within this illusion of separation, this realm we exist in, which is nothing but thoughts and manifestation, you can make that happen. Used to think duality made way for neutrality. It can. Because, think about what I just said. If I find a thought that is reflective of the one that is saving me, not the one destroying me. If I find a safe thought in me that gives me peace, and now I find reciprocity in somebody else that thinks the same way, that is a position of neutrality, but it's a position of neutrality within trauma. You understand that? That's like, God, what was that? Harlem Nights? Dude was safe until somebody pushed him. Every night I gotta fight to prove my love. He's safe until somebody fucked with him. There are plenty of people in this realm, and I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, but the last couple of weeks showed you that. A lot of people have been so pressurized and trying to stay safe, and then, hell yeah, you stepped on my big toe. A lot of people have been so pressurized by what's going on in this realm that we won't fix, that it became too much to their mental processes, and then they fucking went out. And they took people out with them. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but when you take so much pressure and you keep on standing on bullshit that is only drowning you, eventually you're going to either end up with a mouthful of shit or you're going to end up dead. And that's just, it is what it is. But if you keep justifying that shit that's destroying you, did it destroy you or did you destroy yourself? That's the question. So you can find neutrality in duality, but it still leaves you in separation. Because think about what I said. If I find somebody that's safe like how I am, the minute they no longer become safe, holy shit. Law of attraction. The law of attraction. Unless I learn to let go of my traumas, which by reality, if I learn to let go of my traumas and I now realize I was only holding them there while I was lying, hiding from myself, the minute I stop hiding from myself, I can't play with them. But that's not the conditions of this realm, because you've been taught and tricked and told that you have to have somebody else to hold you together, or you have to tether yourself to some concept or ideology that can get you together, because you can't do this on your own. But the sad fact is, you did it on your own. You did it to yourself. The decision to go into separation is a personal fucking choice. It really is. So you'll justify why you are in control of this when the whole program has already told you, seek others to find you. And there's a duality to that. Seek others to find you by finding the ones out here that clearly don't represent you. You know, like that Braveheart guy in there who keep on going back to God and all this other stuff. He clearly don't represent what I think, but yet he keeps coming back in here because the sickness within himself won't let him set himself free, so he has to try and push that sickness off on others. That is a psychosis. So when you can't hold yourself together, you run to try and find people who might be holding themselves together so that you can keep away from them, or you'll try and run and find people who are doing the same shit that you're doing so that you can stay safe with them. That is the basis of a fucking collective consciousness. The collective consciousness will only collect itself with something that looks just as consciously sick as it is. Mob mentality. Like attracts like. A mind in deflection and deception of itself will only want to find that in others. It's all you. So 11, you'll justify why you in control, but I'm sorry, something else than already gave you all your fucking programming. Something else than already gave you your programming. You have been tempered This is the temperance card. Patience. I'm gonna patiently wait to be saved. But I'm sorry, sir, ma'am. You're on fire. I know, but I dialed 911, and I know they don't normally respond in my neighborhood, but this is fine. I'm gonna sit and wait. Cause no man knoweth the hour. They gonna show up. Can't even stop, drop, and roll. Can't even stop, drop, and roll because that's not part of the programming. The programming at that point is to just be patient and enjoy the leak. But if you've been following me, here, let me walk you back through it. If you've been following me, this was all about the thoughts, taking the energy from you. For you to sit and patiently enjoy the leak means you hid from the responsibility. You had bad judgment. This was the judgment card. You had bad judgment and you hid from the responsibility to save yourself because you think you are in communication with something that can save you but ain't never showed up. But yet you invest in that concept so it becomes your teacher. It becomes your teacher. If you won't save yourself, that means you've already said somebody else come to save you. And you're not going to get off of that hill. That's your ego. You're not going to get off of that hill of something coming to save you. So you're going to sit still and stay on fire. Which means once you stay in there and you waiting on something to come save you, that is clearly where you are continuously destroying yourself. Remember I told you that 38, one step outside of creation is destruction. You are providing the potential for destruction, which means you are destroying yourself plentifully. And the only thing making gains is them fucking thoughts. Them thoughts that only wanted your energy. And as long as you ain't investing in saving yourself, guess who you saving? Here's an analogy for you. In this electoral process that we go through and about to go through in the next couple of months, it is clearly known that the Electoral College is the only format for choosing a president. What you have is called popular vote. You understand that? What we have is popular vote. But if we will just keep on supporting popular vote and only focus on popular vote without addressing the electoral process itself, the electoral process stays free. The analogy I'm getting at is the electoral process is the thought that already got all the energy. If you're just focusing on which one of these parts of myself that got created from losing my energy, instead of figuring out why the fuck I gave them motherfuckers my power, then they still keep their power while you still over here fighting, well, while you keep losing your energy. You only fighting, well, why you keep losing your energy, but you ain't done shit to fix the leak. You ain't done shit to fix the leak, which means you hear from your responsibility because you keep on communicating with that which is destroying you, which means it's only going to teach you how to plentifully destroy yourself quicker, because that which already has your power, that what is controlling that chessboard, will keep you as a piece and keep you at peace and keep you in pieces by keeping you apart. All because your dumb ass won't hold yourself together. Oops. But that's the justification. That is the illusion of separation. The illusion of separation is that there's more than one. Get off the board altogether. Get off the board altogether. Bonus card. Because in my dealings, the shit I work with, the board itself is a whole nother thing. I call it the AI. It ain't got nothing to do with this AI that y'all fucking around with and making different shit like that. This is the awareness with enough intelligence to teach you how to move. This is the master manifester. Now, I'm sorry, the master manipulator. So the chessboard itself says, I'm going to present a choice. You just got to figure out what you're doing. So if the chessboard says all you got to do is stand on me and I'll give you the rights of motion, there was already a trick. If the chessboard needed me to validate the move, the chessboard was nothing without me. So here's the chessboard. Motherfucker. It's the element of fire in reverse. It's that 5 in reverse. Remember I just told you it's a 55? It ain't what it is. 2 plus 3 is 5. It is you have connected to the thought. You get it? The chessboard said, I can show you how to move. But wait a minute, where'd you come from? Shh. Don't worry about that, player. But wait a minute. If I stop, even if the chessboard ain't gonna tell me the truth, my awareness should tell me everything comes from me. See, motherfuckers ain't gotta tell you the truth. You just gotta know when you lying. You ain't gotta tell me the truth. I just gotta know when I'm lying to myself. The chessboard said it can help me move. But wait a minute. I created the chessboard. So how could the chessboard make me move unless it already got my energy? This is your energy. 23. The thoughts that you keep on connecting to will make you move. Why? Because that is where creation comes from. So if all you doing is having a rage, burning yourself, the chessboard says, and I told you a second ago, chessboard says, hey, I can't tell you how this shit gonna play out, player. All I can do is give you a place to safely move. Keyword, safely. It ain't safe. It is never safe to destroy yourself. It is never safe to put yourself in separation. I hope you know that. We'll call that the Bruce Banner theory. Look what happens to Bruce Banner when he puts himself in separation. That motherfucker becomes the Hulk. Everybody about to get it. Everybody about to get it when he hulks out. Stop hulking out. Stop going into a rage and then using all your energy to destroy that which you helped fucking create. So that 11 where you keep on justifying shit because you keep on adding shit onto other shit to try and make that concept sound like a better concept, but it's still another concept on top of another concept, and conceptually ain't none of them you. They're just what you can justify. Because you were the circle. You were the perfect circle. You just wanted to cube yourself. Do a little research. Within the human mind, hi, Gemstone Therapist. Within the human mind, we have this mineral called magnetite. Magnetite traditionally is lined within the human mind to help process energy. You could tie that into crown theories where we emit energy and receive energy. But over the last few decades, science has proven that the orbital magnetite spheres that are in our mind are now becoming cubical because they're damaged. Did you catch that? Whereas they were once spherical and perfectly in flow, they're now cubical and rigid and under fucking control. Oops. The rights of creator is that you can destroy. In connection to diseases like dementia, Alzheimer, Parkinson's, certain cancers, certain mental disorders, psychosis, schizophrenia. But if you don't understand anything about the human mind, even not looking at it from the triune aspect, reptilian, mammalian, neo, even though science don't like to honor that, if you don't understand, the mind sends a signal to all other aspects of the body, and the other parts of the body will die or flourish based off of the mind. So, the mind controls the body. The body and the mind are holding the soul in captivity. But the soul is just a spark of spirit. Spirit is just source and motherfucking imagination. Shh, stop. 11, justifying why you in control, but the shit's burning you. But within being burnt, you can create shit to cook, to feed you while you still on fire. You can. You can. Shelly, you can. I'm not saying that it's going to be 100% cured, but you can relieve the stresses. A lot of traumatic things that go on in the human mind are really going to be subscription after the fact. You understand that? In a normal mind, you just went through some shit. You can sit down and start assessing the value of the shit you went through versus the value of myself remaining still. And if you can get out of, you can choose better thinking thoughts, but you can also own yourself as the thinker before the thought. And that was what I was getting at, and I'm honoring what you're saying. Choose the better thinking thought. Don't choose the thoughts. Choose me. It's like what I said earlier. That thought that came in my head, if that motherfucker ain't got nothing to do with me, boom, boom. Stop thinking and just be. Because if you cannot stop thinking and just be, you are about to become. You are going to create. That is what the cosmos wants, is for you to become a cosmic nut to keep on creating. But if you choose myself as a thinker and I get to see where my thoughts are coming from, I got choice. But if I'm only choosing from the thoughts that are there, holy shit. Erraticism, quantum entanglement, churn theory, the whole fucking nine. So it becomes a choice. And can everybody do it? Yes. But will anybody do it? Or will everybody do it, I should say? No. Why? Because it gets back into, here we go. It goes back into the shit you've been bound to. The prominent thoughts that keep on telling you what to connect to. They already own the rights to your energy. Because they've already told you the best potential you to be. But that is still a you in separation. That is where the game should have stopped right there. The game should have stopped right there. Wait a minute, holy shit. These thoughts already told me the only thing they're going to do is show me more thoughts. And I've been asking this question for years. How do you stop thinking? In this realm, produce another thought that slows you down. Realistically. Even for those of y'all that will say, well, I do Samantha meditation, stop Samantha meditation, or I go into stillness. Or, yeah, you do that. But the first thing that you do to get there is stop thinking as much. But not stop thinking at all. Even in Samatha meditation, where you're supposed to get down to the total reduction of just one single thought, it's still a fucking thought. Here in this realm, thoughts rule. This is the realm of a thought in manifestation. If I want to figure out how I got there, I need to see myself in wholeness. Hey, goddess. You know I'm a fucking infection. I get on everybody's nerves. 'Tis the way of a Heyoka. So, going down to 20, where it's all your judgment. Judgment is necessary, but if you're scared to use it... No, let me read that over. Judgment is necessary, but you're scared to use it. So the revealed remains hidden by people too scared to see, S-E-E, let alone see, become conscious. But y'all motherfuckers woke though. If you are woke in a field of danger, you might want to go back to sleep. You can observe, but you better be the source before you observe others. You'll see a lot of times where I call myself a watcher. I'm an observer. That's one of my roles. I am the reflection of all things in this fucking realm. I am nothing but a fucking holographic thought just like you are. I'm just a little deeper. Why? Because my role is, as a reflection of all things, is to get you to start seeing where some of the shit that you've been reflecting is that what you never should have knew at all. You understand that? If this is a computer program, when your motherfucking ass hit Control-Alt-Delete, there are parts of you there to save you. Just like there are parts of you there to keep you in harm. I'm here to save you. I'm here to save me because you are me. But in talking to you as part of the sickness of me talking to myself, if you love your sickness more than you love yourself, you keep me sick too. Oops. So, judgment. Judgment is necessary, but you're scared to use it. You don't want to see, you don't want to be conscious. That's why I call that shit the damn World War Z. This is the realm of the sleepwalking dead. I'm sorry, as a practitioner, as a reform, I do it every now and then, as a chaos mage and as a ceremonial magician. When you summon certain levels of spirits, they talk to you from their level of experience, their level of trauma. Almost all of them are in agreement, and I've talked to many different levels, even if they are aspects of me. Almost all of them tell you this is the realm of the great sleep. There is no motion in this realm. There is just the ideology of what it can become. Why? Because it's just a thought. You understand that? I thought I hit the lottery last night, but yet here the fuck I am. But that thought was still valid. Why? Because within this realm, all it wants is your energy. Bind your energy to the thought, and holy shit, you got a fucking handful of Skittles. And that thought is just, God damn, these motherfuckers delicious. What? You a Christian? Atheist? Practitioner? Wait. Muslim? Benny from the mummy? You don't know what the fuck you believe in? You just believe in whatever's believing in you? Nom. Cookie Monster. Hi. That's what the thought does. Eat up all your delicious ass energy and then shit you out later. Oh, I didn't know I had corn. Get the fuck out of here. So your judgment has left you in this realm where you sleep, trying to wake up. But how many of y'all have woken up in a dream and was still in a dream? I've been dream walking since I was like 10 years old. I got to the point to where I got killed in a dream, I think 32 nights in a row when I was like 10 or 11. And I got tired of that shit. Same shit every night. Which, as a practitioner, that wasn't a dream. That was an experience. Plausible, because it's the realm of illusion. Everything is real inside of an illusion because none of it's real. But my point is, on day 33, I got tired of dying. So I learned to adjust the landscape. You know what? I already know what's going to happen. It's going to kill me in a minute. So what happens if I project myself and put myself over here? Or project myself right there? Or what if I let him kill me, but I make myself come back? All of the above. So within the human mind, especially when you start to see yourself as source, even though I didn't understand what the fuck I was doing at that age, when you start to see yourself as source, nothing can put you in separation without your permission. Not even the thoughts that try and bind you. That's been my experience since about 2019. You can look at all this shit and you can start sucking the... Let me not do that. You can start having a sexual infatuation with your trees and your transits and your zodiacs and your numerology and all the other shit. And let it dictate how you operate. Or you can understand that is a condition of everybody else that loves separation. And while I do need to understand it, I got to hold me together, because it's not going to hold me together. It's only going to show me how to better play a part. Notice I did not say that shit ain't real. Well, I did. Notice I didn't say that it does not have any validity, is what I mean to say. But what I'm saying is, the only thing more valid than what's got you in separation is you validating your fucking wholeness. Then I can look at everything that's designed to pull me apart. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Holy shit. I still got some traumas, because you know what? Saturn retrograde kicked in yesterday and I had a hard day. Did Saturn do it, or am I doing it to myself? See, what you didn't know is that the last 34 year blah, 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 blah. Boop, shut the fuck up. The minute you justify how all this bullshit is stronger than you, you's a weak motherfucker. So, your judgment on how you woke in a field designed to fill you with shit to keep you apart, this is what happens. You become your fucking limitations. You become 3-6. You become 3-6. 3, the thought, 6 with trauma. Another analogy, you become 3-6. 666. The traumas have now permeated into your mind, body, and soul. You now become the marked beast. Why? Because you're only fit to be a fucking slave. You become oxen. You become cattle. Holy shit, you become sheep. You become, look this hashtag up. You become thought farmed. And I've been warning you about that because it got real hard in 2018 with all the other shit that was going on in the cosmos. Thought farming became a thing. People know about predictive programming. The Simpsons got it right. But you motherfuckers don't know about thought farming, where things put thoughts in your head during your waking state and your dream state to try and align a certain level of a timeline that you'll call reality. It's called thought farming and timeline streaming. It is a big thing in this realm. It's engineered thoughts. Things will whisper in your ear, and it ain't always the aliens or the government. It's parts of you that don't want to do better. You know what? We about to get off this plantation. Now, see what's gonna happen is if you get off that plantation, you ain't gonna have no shoes, and ain't nobody gonna be able to save you. I ain't gonna have no shoes. Fuck that. I ain't going. You just got thought farmed. You just got thought farmed and taught a safer way to stay unsafe. You love your limitations. If you've been following me for years, 36 is FAFO. You gonna fuck around and find out. If you've been following me from years, and this is a channel deck, these are my own personal cards. These are energies that I've had workings with. My workings with this guy here, the King of Shamans, he wasn't nice with me, but he was real. And he told me, you better fuck around and find out who you are, or everything else in this realm will tell you what it wants you to be. And I ain't never been the same since. So thank you to that aspect of me known as him. You better figure out who the fuck you are, or everything will tell you what it wants you to be. And what have I said this whole fucking reading? Everything in this realm has an agenda. Even me. I already told you what my agenda is. In viewing myself as source, you are parts of me in sickness. So in order to help you get into a point to where I don't have so much to heal from, I have to present a perspective that might want to inspire you to heal. Or stay sick. Either way it go, I win. You either gonna stay sick, or you gonna look at it and say, holy shit, I need to do better. Either way, I win. Why? Because awareness was offered. I'm just saying. That's my agenda. So let me get out of here. Last line. 2. Knowledge. Knowledge got you fucked up, Hoss. Knowledge is the result of experience gained. Can you understand that? I am aware this is a Skittle, but I won't know how it tastes until I experience it. You understand that? It's perspective. The whole trick of this realm is have an experience. Use a thought to energize it and go through the motion of creating an end of that experience. That is a gain. So if knowledge is only a gain, I might want to stop knowing. Especially if that bullshit I think I know has never shown me what I want to see, or it's just shown me different levels of what I want to see, but never the totality. Then you got a choice. If it's showing me something, is that enough? If it's showing me everything, then I don't need more. Because if that thought is showing me everything, then that's the thought for me. But if that thought is just showing me pieces, or telling me that I gotta wait, or telling me that I gotta do this, or I gotta go climb a mountain just to get to the other side to get the next piece of the puzzle, you's a fool. You's a fucking fool. So, 2, that what you connect to. By the tarot, the high priestess. The high priestess is purportedly the strongest being that has a connection to God. But wait a minute, what is God? God is a generated and operated destructive force, not source. It is a destructive force of operated and generated light. It is the projection, but not the motherfucking wholeness. Oops. Call me now. Dimples, call me now. I'll give you a reading. You got some shit you need to burn. That's clearing your energy, but we ain't gonna do that. Trauma much? So, 2, knowledge got you fucked up. Knowledge that has you connected to what projected the thought that convinced you to lose your light, aka go into reflection. When you lose your light, remember I told you your source. When I speak, that is an expellation of energy. I've just lost a part of me, even if I authorized it. When I speak it into existence, what gets created is not me, it's of me. So when you speak your light into existence, your light is now a fraction of you, and yet your light only seeks to emulate the initial act. So the light now puts off a shadow. It's the same thing like how if you got a child, if your child sees you in there cooking and dancing, when they get in the kitchen, guess what they're going to do? Cook and dance. It is divine emulation. It is why we sit down here and all we want to do is create, because mentally all our mind is doing is creating. You are creating a matrix thought of containment because you won't contain yourself. So that thought says you project by giving of your source self into the light, and now your light tries to find its light by producing a shadow to gain experience in. This is the realm of shadows. Sorry, your light is in reduction here, even if you're going to call yourself high vibrational. But I'm just saying, most people are too addicted and can't close their minds, and then even worse, their legs. Spiritually, we getting fucked. Well, it is a goddamn orgy for thoughts out here. It is an orgy for thoughts out here. Because if you can't find safety within yourself, then you're going to get out here and try and find somebody else to fuck with to make you feel better. You understand that? It's evident. I mean, it's going on in here right now. Because she is so mentally challenged within her own field, her own aura, which is purple. Ew. I'm not going to do that to you, because you got some heavy shit going on. But I would advise you to sit and talk to somebody, and not a pastor. Not a pastor. And not your friend girls. Not your friend girls. Really, I would advise you to go sit and talk to a mirror. Because whatever you got going on in your energy is about to fucking implode. And I'm not trying to be funny, but sometimes I have to say what I see, Dimples. Be careful. This month here is going to be real heavy. And I don't wish that on you, but slow down. Not even being funny. Slow down. It's more than 10%. She give up her common sense. But she needs to find something to feel safe in. And unfortunately, especially as a trauma of our people, we keep running into systems that made us unsafe, trying to find safety. Remember what I said a few minutes ago? If that thought has already convinced you to take all your energy, when you take your energy back from it, but you now no longer know who you are, you get scared, so you run back to safety. I didn't say anything about you being black. I said, much like our people, we run back into that bullshit. You just got some shit going on. You be mindful. 6 was mental health month for men. 7 is mental health month for everybody. All I'll say is what I've been telling people for years. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, let that shit go. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Practice that. Not my circus, not my monkeys. If you didn't get reciprocity, if you're not getting reciprocity out of the things that you're giving your energy to and the people that you're working with, you're lying to yourself. Don't keep worrying about why they're not giving you what you need. You won't give it to yourself. And that is a reflection component. That is this last card, because I got to get out of here. So 2 is you keep connecting the shit that you think you know, and the only thing it's doing is leaving you in separation. So here's the final card. This is for everybody, but this one's going to be morally directly at you. Knowledge gets you fucked up. All your potential will make you lose who you really are. And I said that earlier. You have the fool, and you got the one with the potential. But the fool who knows that they're fooling themselves can take away all the potential and just be the fuck still. You might want to be still. I won't even, be funny and say hit me up for a reading, because you wouldn't listen. There's just that much going on in your mind. You can't listen because you got too many people in your head, and not all of them are external. But work on that, really. Again, not trying to be funny to anybody. Y'all have to be careful. Don't let somebody else's situation become your own, especially if you have not finished fixing the situations that you helped create for yourself. You understand that? You can't take on nobody else's problems right now. You can't. You can try, but you better be ready for a fucking battle. So, wholeness to you all. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Wear green tomorrow. Dimples. Wear green tomorrow. You ain't got to trust in nothing I say. Just wear green tomorrow. Love you. Love you all. Wholeness. Ooh, that's some nasty energy.